Hi guys, we are here again for another Attack on Titan Sunday, and before jumping in, just wanted to let you know that I will be splitting these videos in three, like first comments on the previous episodes and recap on what to expect on this month, the reaction, and then afterthoughts, reviews, and analysis of what happened in the episode. I will put the chapters timeline on the description and on the first comments so you can jump to the reaction if you are not interested in the first thoughts. So again, just going to recap a bit and see where we left off and what to expect in this episode. I know I saw some comments saying that nothing much really happened in these previous episodes, and yes, I feel like the rhythm of course has slowed down a bit and we are more like in some transitional episodes. I mean, so many things happened in the episodes 3, 4, and 5, so I think it's normal to now slow down a bit and let it all sink. But I still think that there are some things that deserve our attention. First was shown that already there is a division in the population of Paradise. There are sides. Some are fully supporting Eren and Eren's actions. Some not so much. They are being affected by those actions. They have been hurt. Loved one has been killed. Houses has been destroyed. It's not an easy thing, so I guess it's normal to also be against them. And we were told that the military division is getting ready for riots. So already things inside the population of Paradise are looking a bit gloomy. It's not as easy as just fully supporting what's going to happen and be united around it. After that, we got Annie's comeback. Last time we saw her, it was in season 1, so it was like 8 years ago. A lot of time has happened in the story in our time, and it's kind of refreshing but also weird to see her again. Also to learn that she was conscious the whole time. It must have been really horrible to be in that state, just waiting to be rescued. It felt like she already paid a price for what she did. And then getting her backstory, how ruthless and cruel her dad was, how initially he only saw her as a tool to get better life conditions, was harsh. I think her upbringing was really harsh. We get to see how brainwashed they were, how she was raised and trained and praised to do precisely what she did in the island, and how she said and recognized that she really didn't care about any life, including her own, up until her dad recognized his mistake, asked for forgiveness, and told her that he only wanted for her to come back to him. That was something that changed her mind, changed the view she had, and made her goal and value to only go back to his dad. So that's kind of why she then says that I cannot say anymore that I don't care about the life of others and mine, that what I did was wrong, was unforgivable, but I will do it again just to go back to him. She did all these horrible things knowing that she just wanted to go back to him, which is sad because of how bad he treated her. So life for these Marleyans and specifically for these warriors was really hard. So definitely it's giving us more insight into the mindset and into the goals of the warriors. I think after that we jump into that place with kids, Jadis, and the new recruits, and he's giving them a last lesson, giving them and giving us a hope for a new generation that may prevail this rocky stage after the rumbling and may stay till then and then get into higher ranks and shift things around. And it was really nice to see that. And we had the controversial fight between Armin and Mikasa. I don't think it's that controversial. Might be an unpopular opinion. I know, but I really liked that scene a lot. It was devastating, it was heartbreaking, it was really emotional, but it really gave us an insight into what's happening to them. Armin is really overwhelmed. He's actually tired of the whole situation. He just wants to sleep. He is completely exhausted, both physically and mentally. He is overwhelmed. He doesn't know what to do. He is completely hopeless of the Eren situation, and he's probably even blaming himself for letting things go to that state. And it feels like everything was bottling up, not only about what's happening in this part, but also during these 4 years, and it finally came to the surface. And I'm really glad that we are finally seeing a bit of that survivor skills after being chosen instead of Erwin. And I want to say something. What happened in season 3 is not really about who was the best choice for Paradisians, like in a tactical way, or that choice, that decision that was made was something more emotional in terms of letting Erwin rest. Then we got to see Flock extremism. He is absolutely ruthless. He has zero compassion at all. He's being actually completely cruel towards the volunteers who actually and genuinely wanted to aid Parodisians. So it's really unjust to them. And somehow we were also shown how his vision is different from Eren, because he is asking from them submission, while Eren's motto is to always fight and always keep going, and if you don't fight, you don't win. So of course we see here how there is an ideological difference between Floch and Eren. However, we also learned that Eren told Floch all the details, or maybe not all the details, but he told him about the rambling plan. So what really went down there, like, I hope we get to see more details about it. Also got to see the poor mental state of John, how he is also tired, how he just wanted to be over and rest and maybe take the easy road. Then we get to see Connie, and I feel like he was kind of giving himself excuses and justification about what he's going to do. So I'm thinking maybe he is self-doubting, or not even self-doubting, but he knows he's doing something that is not really right, but is trying to give him excuses and justifications for what he's going to do. And we get to see how innocent and how pure-hearted is Falco. So that scene was also really emotional and devastating. It's truly heartbreaking. And in the end, finally, Hanji and Levi are back, and we saw them reunited with Magath and Pik. So things happen. So what's going to happen is Levi and Hanji going to work with Magath and Pik. What is Jan going to do? What is he going to decide? What's going to happen with Connie, Falco, and Armin? What's going to happen with Mikasa? Her scarf is gone. Who took it? Where is it? Let's see what's going to happen. Oh, is it the first time that that note about graphic content appears? Oh my gosh, what happened? Oh, Hanji! Just cried. That must be so hard. Oh, this is like a flashback to what happened. Oh my gosh, his wound goes all through his face. Oh, Jesus, been thinking about Pixis.
家側が脊髄液でこの島を支配するなら、私たちは一生この島のお尋ね者。多分順番が来たんだ。自分じゃ正しい。
I feel so bad for Hanji. She really did the right thing.
時代が変われば牢屋の中。
She's remembering that words from season 3.
ここで暮らそうか。
Resorting to escapism, of course.
今のまさかエレンが世界を。リヴァイ。
Oh my gosh, Levi.
起きなくていい。一体何があったの？
Only half a day.
したやつに
So did Levi
過去
see
のこと
a bad
けずに
thing or no?
また逃がした
Oh my gosh, his
無念
fingers.
でならないだろう。でも今は
このまま逃げ
Oh my
まだ
gosh.
聞こえてか
I love
蚊
Levi.
帳の外でお前がおとなしくできるはずがね
ああそうなんだよ。できない
Levi can't either. Oh
え
my
俺の目
gosh.
的はチークを殺すことだあんたたちと
のざまだ。どうやって俺の弾丸を避ける
Oh, come on.
弾は避けられないだがこのざまを敵の前にみすみす
Yes. Come on.
撃つか聞く
来るためにエレンに取り込まれている。
Okay.
いや始祖の巨人に。
巨人博士のハンジさんなら何でも
Okay, I want to pause there, and I think it's really interesting how Hanji is making the distinction between Eren and the founder title. Maybe she thinks there is a bit of hope for Eren. I don't know, but Eren here, founder title here. So
我々マーレよりもその始祖の巨人はご覧になられましたか
that was so sassy and unnecessary.
どうにもできなさそうなことはわかんない。みんなで
I love
力を合わせよう
Hanji.
ってやつを。
I love Hanji. Hanji's such a great character. Come on. Doesn't even know how to do things right now. I mean, who could? But she's still, but Hanji is still saying like, I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we have to stop it, no matter what. I love Hanji, and I love Levi. I feel like my Garth and Peak were over defensive there, and the sarcasm, I don't know. Jam is kind of resorting to escapism, like he doesn't want to hear it. Ah, poor Mikasa, oh my gosh, it breaks my heart. How is he just sleeping soundly though? He really is innocent. Definitely Connie is self-doubted. Oh my gosh. Oh god.
分かってくれるか。
Remember what I told you the last time about Sacha being gone? There you go. Falco is already
面白いものがあるから。
smelling something funny, but he's such a good kid. Like,
ここ中子村。
I don't remember how he knows that.
あなたの独り言が聞こえてきました。サシャって飛行船でが
It's not about revenge.
違うあれは戦闘行為だったとわきまえた
Oh, this dude. Sorry.
動けないから安心しろもう何年もこのままなんだ
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Everything is turning a bit awkward right now.
巨人の歯磨きを手伝ってほしいんだこんな貴重な体験めったにないぞ
Oh, that face. Come on. It was so creepy.
ほら
No way Falco's gonna buy it.
やるだけだからあそこまで登ってみて考えようぜなあいいだろ
It couldn't sound more fake. Connie, come on. His face said it all.
コビお前には分からねえよ
He's feeling completely misunderstood.
だから母ちゃんを諦めろって正しいお前なんかにバカのことなんて分かんねえよファルコアギトの力を使ってアギトの力ガリアードさんは
He doesn't know about Porco. Erwin!
コニーを許してくれするつもりだ
I love the skin of the title, like the you can see the veins. I love the soundtrack here. Oh my. Oh my. Okay. Love the eyes, the details, OMG. Oh, poor Falco. Oh, he's finding out about his brother.
どうするつもりだったんだ。
君のお母さんが人の姿に戻ってた。
超大型巨人を継承してな、になれって言ってお
Oh
かされた。
gosh, this is so heartbreaking.
息子は子供と友達を殺すかもしれなかった。
He knew all the time that he was on the wrong, but
俺は
oh my gosh, don't call me.
僕もだよ。団長の代わりに
Oh,
なる。
Armin also again with the survivor skill. Come on, that is such a huge burden that was put on him.
助けに行こ
Yeah. Connie is back. I mean, he needed this though. He needed this to come back to his senses somehow.
探した嬉しいですいると思った
The audacity of that girl.
でもあなたに近づけると
She's completely obsessed with Mikasa. Come on.
ダイソーの破片がお腹にあって
Okay, I gotta pause. So now she has like a piece of thunder spear inside her, and it's so funny that it happened because she was distracted by looking at Mikasa. Just wanted to say that. It will have happened to me too, to be honest. I will have been that girl getting distracted by looking at Mikasa. But oh man, the audacity of this girl.
もう取り出せませんエレン・イエーガーの作る自由な
Oh
世界を
man,
見ることができな
they
い
have such
残念
twisted vision of everything.
少し
Yeah. Give the scarf back.
あなたに憧れて兵士になりました
Somehow it got twisted along the way.
悔いはありませんあなたの背中を追いかけて私は心臓を捧げて
That's just such weird and twisted admiration. Oh man.
う。なあ、ミカサ。お前もイエーガー派に加わって
Of course you won't.
名乗りてるのか。
興味ない
Yeah, thank you, Mikasa.
すっかりその気らしいがな。心臓を捧げよう。心臓を捧げよう。心臓を捧げよう。
Look, oh my gosh. I hate how they misuse the dedicate your hearts. I hate that. Hate it.
とにかくが復活した可能性も
That seems so silly. It looks so bad.
兄がパイをむさぼり食ってる
やめなよコニー
汚ねえ食い方
Got pause again. This reminds me of Session 3 Connie that was also hysterically laughing. I don't know why he has these moments. This scene is kinda awkward and silly though.
年ぶりのパイなんだよ
That's true.
ごめん並ぶのに
Our style this episode has been a bit shaky again.
よく集まってくれた
What's
こ
going
れ
on?
よりエルディア帝国にあだなす二人の義勇兵を処刑する
Okay. Oh, okay. That's so wrong.
罪人の名はイエレナ
Okay. I couldn't care less about Chilena though.
エルディア帝国を支援した真の狙いは働いた
Okay, that's true, but what about Onjiankopon?
イエレナ
He didn't do anything wrong.
ことは
まだ撃たないの
Oh my god.
計画を知らず
Yeah, he didn't know
ためによ
exactly.
く働いただがエルディア帝国に従って生きるくらいなら
This
死をやっ
dude.
と吐き捨てた気
He's doing everything that is wrong that the rest of the world did to them. Exactly. Exactly. Oh man. I feel bad for Onjankopon. He did nothing wrong. Exactly. Xenophobic shits. They are doing exactly what the world did to them. Yeah. Every word he's saying is right. And it's true. Oh god. Angelina. And what about Onjankopon? Mikasa. He's actually planning to use Mikasa. Come on. The audacity. They have a plan. Onjankopon? Who is that? Who? I don't remember who was watching. My memory though. Who? Oh, they ate Onjankopon too, so it wasn't him. It must be so disgusting. I love Hanji. He didn't take the easy road. My god. That's the Jan we know. Yeah. Marcos. He doesn't get it, of course. Oh man. Don't get too sentimental. I wanna know. Why? Why? I don't remember. Maybe to punish her. It feels so weird to see them together again. To be continued again. So this was an interesting episode. I like it, the pacing, I like it. How the soundtrack was used, I really like it. The emotional parts were nice too. I feel like I really like what happened between Connie, Falco, and Armin. Like I said before the episode started, Armin had a lot of things bottled up for 4 years, and I think everything came to a boiling point with what's going on right now. So I felt like he was losing it. I feel like finally he was caving in into the survivor's guilt, and that's why he was gonna do this suicidal mission, which is kind of sad to think that he has been feeling this way for so long. He had this incredible burden, so I think it was nice to see it kind of resolve in a way. Of course, it didn't resolve everything, but I think it was a good step towards this, and it was good to being shown this, and it was also good to see how Connie was second guessing, how he was trying to again justify his actions and trying to bring his mom back amidst all the tragedy and chaos, and thinking about Sasha, like, and also feeling completely misunderstood. I think he was feeling lost, and he was feeling like there was no empathy towards him and his situation from his friends. So I feel like he was feeling really alone and not backed up by his friends, but he also knew it was because he was doing something wrong. So I love to see that conflicted part of him, and it was really nice to see also how pure-hearted Falco is, and him grieving his brother. I think so many things are happening at once so fast that these characters haven't had any time to actually feel things and grieve them. So it was kind of good and nice to finally see a bit of that. Honestly, I don't have anything against Annie's eating that pie. It's just a little bit silly, and I love to see anyway Connie's hysterical laugh. I remember that very clear from season 3, and I was like, ah, here it is again. But I think the scene, it plays a bit weird. I felt the same in the manga, so of course I'm feeling the same here. Um, Other than that, I think had again a lot of inconsistency in the art of the character's design. Uh, but I think in general terms it was really good. It was nice to see how Mikasa is so over the Jaguaris, like there is no one to beat on Hotel. She's not considering that at all. So I really like that about her. Like she's really true to her morals and values, and she's really strong about it. And but we have seen Jan's flicker many times, and it's nice to see just this difference between these characters and how they have weaknesses and strength in different kind of things. They are kind of missing also the presence of Eren, like what's going on with him, where is he now, what is he really thinking. Of course, on the other side of things, we also have the warriors and the scouts coming together into the same objective. It's funny though how the Magath asked for Joanne. I think he wants vengeance in some way because he was really mad and upset at her, and of course with all reason he has all the justifications to feel that way. But it was still funny to see, and it's nice to see how they outsmarted Flock and the Jaguaris, especially after watching the Jaguaris become what they hated about the rest of the world and doing exactly the same thing that was so wrong that the rest of the world, specifically Malaysians, did to them. This, like Jankopon said, this xenophobic, shitty behavior is terrible, and it feels like this is a cycle from one side of the other. Like, and we saw that since the story of Ymir. It's just the cycle keeps repeating. It's just changing sides, and that's interesting to see. But it's also really heartbreaking. I think from now we are going to see how these people come together, and maybe, as we saw in the preview, they will talk about the differences and what they did to each other. But it doesn't really matter right now because they all have the same common objective, that is to stop the rumbling. It was so nice also to see Hanji and Levi back. I really miss them. They are such an important part of the story and of everything. These kids that are having an extremely harsh time also now are getting a bit of hope and a bit of leadership with the return of Hanji and Levi. So that's really, it kind of filled my heart with warmth. I know the circumstances are very grim, but at least there is that they are not dead as they thought, and they are again with the voice of experience and with the leadership they have been craving. So it's really nice to see that. I think maybe um, things will pick up again a bit in rhythm, and it's going to be really interesting. What are they planning to do to stop Eren? How their dynamic between them will work, and how everything will play out in the end. I feel like even though the pacing is a bit slow, it used to be 1.5 chapters per episode, sometimes even two, but right now we're having one per episode. Maybe that's why things feel a bit slow. However, I think the pacing of this episode didn't drag too much, and I was really immersed into the story. And well, that I guess that's it. I'll see you next week.